What's up guys, it's your boy Rabnut, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build this simple starter house made out of moss. It looks like a little tree, and I think it looks really cool. As you can see, it's got all of the stuff you need for an early survival base inside, and it works really well, especially in 1.18 where you're more available to moss. So, before we get into the video, make sure to like it if you enjoy it. Join my Discord if you have any questions, and let's get right into the build. Right then, so before we actually get into building the tree, we're going to have a quick look at the palette, and I'm going to go over the sort of layout because it is quite confusing. So the first thing, we obviously looking at the blocks here, we have moss carpet, oak logs and wood, like spruce varieties, pretty much all of them, so the planks, stairs, slabs, trapdoors and door, and then glass. There are also a few other things, but they're in sort of like single blocks and they aren't really necessary to the design. So I have got the list of blocks which I will be putting on the screen. I'd recommend to have a few more of each of them because they're not going to be exact. Obviously quite a bit of it is just down to your own preference and sort of mixing in bits of stuff like that. As you can see, it's mainly just wood blocks, and we're going to be sort of showing how they go into it soon. So, looking at the thing here, as you probably saw earlier, it is like a tree. So this is like the start of the canopy, and this is the sort of log, the trunk going up into the tree itself. So the middle bit here is a sort of a free side circle, so there's 3 and it goes back to another 3 and it just goes around like that. As you can see here, it's quite easy to see with this. And this is the bottom layer of the sort of moss, which is acting as sort of like the leaves. So it does go out another block from this, and as you like when it goes up, and as you can see, it's sort of a circle. I don't believe this is an exact one, but it's just the one that looks best. So as you can see, it goes 3 on either end, then 2, then 1, and then 2, and then just continues sort of in this pattern around like here. And that from this trunk is 3 blocks, and then the another one which starts with 3. So now that we've had a look at the build, the layout and the blocks we're gonna go get right into it. Right then, so getting into the start of the build, we're gonna want to build up the middle log bit with the oak log, and we're gonna want to build it up 5 blocks. So if you just want to go 4 on top of here and go all around, you want to do this from this block here. So as you can see, this does go down another block. I'd recommend, if that happens to you, just place the oak logs underneath it, so it'll be 6 tall in total, but you kind of wanted to build it on a flat scale. So once you've built it up like this, then you can build out to this area here with your oak logs like this. So once you've done that, as you can see, that's sort of the inner thing here, and what you probably want to do now is get your moss and just do the ring going around, so that we know like what point we should be getting to. And once you've done that, start like getting rid of this bottom mix. We don't really need it anymore. So once we've done that, we're going to quickly fill in the floor. So all you want to do here is get some sort of like spruce blocks, some spruce planks, and go around here like this. So then you also have like an inner layer going over to here, and you then want to place your spruce slabs on sort of like the top side of the block underneath, so you get this pattern. So what you want to do now is just repeat that on all the other sort of like undersides of the tree. So once you've done that, you want to get your spruce slabs and go along the bottom of the moss blocks with them, so they should just be underneath like that. I recommend trying to rotate them so that it's sort of facing towards like the outside of the build, but it doesn't really matter because I mean all that anyone's going to see really is this side like here. So once you've done that, we can start getting into the sort of like moss canopy. So I'd recommend just getting out your moss blocks, and now we can get right into it. So the first thing you want to do is build out like this. So you want to create like a 5 on this side, you want to build out 2 like that, and then just repeat the same pattern on the other side like that. So then we get sort of like a start of like a sphere with the bottom of it cut off. So you then want to repeat that on every side, just on top of these blocks like this. So once you've done that, we're going to start building up again. So we're going to create this sort of layer like this, exactly the same, just on top like that. So it should be going along exactly the same, just along the top of it, just like this. So now that we've done that, we're going to start sort of going over the top of the hemisphere. So we want to sort of repeat the layer we did here. So we just want to go behind it like this, and this will create sort of like a slightly squashed looking circle, just going along the top here. And once we've done that, we want to go on to the next layer. So it's going to be here and going along like this. So we have sort of that pattern there. I'd then recommend doing exactly the same thing sort of over the other side so you can get your bearings. So just like this. What you then want to do is you want to build out 2 blocks like this, so you should get this sort of like corner area here. So just on top of this block, place a block, and then one on either side, so it sort of covers up the area on the inside. So once you've done that, you want to again build up like that, just on top of there, and you want to build out 2 like this, and carry on the pattern just going along like that. So what you want to do now is you want to go back another block, so just like this, and you want to sort of build it out in this pattern here, so you have another corner block here. And we're going to build this sort of along the rest of it. So now that you've done that, what you want to do is you want to sort of add another layer like this. So now what it should look like from the top is that, and then you want to add this final layer. It should be in line with the trunk like this, and then you just want to fill this in 1 block above that. And in the end, your tree should look like that. Obviously the shape is quite confusing, so I'd recommend like watching the video back multiple times. What I have been using, I've been using a mod to do this, so if I quickly just get it up. So this is the mod I've been using, so this is one that I built earlier, and as you can see it's got all the blocks here. So I've just been using this to help. If you guys want me to like make a tutorial with this like in the background so you can like see it before we build it, so we can sort of like build it a bit more live, then let me know. But I thought it would just be easier to use that for now. So I was referring to this a little bit. Right then, so now that we've finished this part of the tree, we're going to start adding in some extra details. So what you want to do is you want to get your spruce wood stair, and you want to break these blocks here. So we have like a gap of 3 inside the thing. You then want to place a spruce log in those 2 bits there, and then a spruce slab here. You then want to place a spruce slab going outwards like that, and then a spruce slab sort of in line with this block, so it should be 1 block out from this trapdoor here. You then want to sort of go up like this in a pattern sort of like a little roof, and you then want to place a slab on top of this little stair here, a trapdoor behind it, and a trapdoor in between these stairs here. What we're then going to do is just place the glass behind this, so it should be 1 block behind in line with sort of this area here. And we want to, if we just make an area for the door for now, as we can see we've got a nice window in the area here, and then we want to repeat like exactly the same thing symmetrically on the other sort of sides of the circle. Once you've added those windows here, as you can see they look pretty nice and they'll just go into the interior space here. You want to go to the top and break these blocks here, so we got a little bit here. You then want to go sort of one block down. I'd recommend placing some spruce blocks sort of going along here, and then place one block down from this moss bit, a window in the ceiling, sort of like a little skylight there, and there we sort of have the finished-ish outside. So some other details you can add to the outside if you want is you can get some grass, so like this, and some glowberries. And you want to place the grass just randomly sort of on top of here, so it kind of looks like these are like little bits of leaves sticking off, and it's not quite so sort of like flat. So all this stuff does is yeah, obviously it just makes it look more like a tree and less like a green orb. What you can also do on here just to stop mob spawning is if you get your moss carpet, then you can place it on top, but that'll take too long, so I'm not going to do that. As you can see, we've got these little gaps here where there's no trapdoor, so you want to place the glowberries in these areas here. So this is obviously a small source of food. It's not really, I don't think glowberries aren't really an efficient way to eat. But as you can see, they will just grow down and again make the tree look less like a orb and more like an actual tree, and they'll also glow, so that's useful for light if you want that. Now that we've sort of finished the outside, pretty much, we're going to head on into the building itself. So the first thing you want to do is you want to break this block bit here, and you want to fill it in with spruce things. Sort of like a spruce floor, and you can place a stair there if it's like mine, and it's sort of on the ground like that. You then want to get your door and place it like this, so it's sort of in line with the log. What you then want to do is go inside. I'm just going to clear out my inventory. You want to get a ladder, well, some ladders, and you want to go up like this, so you can go onto the second floor here. So as you can see, this does look, we've got quite a bit of room. Obviously it is a bit of an awkward space, but we can definitely use it to our advantage. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get some barrels, and you want to place them in these sort of areas by the windows here. So if you just go like this, then as you can see, it's got quite a lot of, this gives you just a little bit of storage, and it's sort of a perfect little position. It outlines the windows and also just makes it look pretty nice. So once you've done that, we can see it looks pretty nice. Another thing you can add is this sort of middle bit here is a perfect area for an enchanting table. So if you just do sort of this, add a little floor on the same layer as this, then you can get your bookshelves and an enchanting table. So you want to put your enchanting table in the middle here. Then what you can do is go around this area here to the back of the ladder. So if you go up here and then turn around, it'll be like this, in this sort of position. So this will give you, if I get a sword real quick, this will give you level 18 enchantments. But if you want level 30, if you place them along here, so 3 on the back and then 2 like that, then you should be able to get level 30. So once that you've done that, on this side here, we want to start building a nether portal. So you want to get some obsidian, and you want to build sort of along here. You can miss out the corners, build it up like this, and it should be in line with the windows. Obviously you don't need the barrels here, so you can just remove them if you want. I'm going to leave them because I'm in creative and it just, oh no, it's not in line. We just do this. So just leave them there if you want to. You can't access them, but obviously they're sort of like an outline to the window. So once you've done that, you can add a little bit more detail. So I'd recommend getting your spruce blocks. So get some trapdoors as well, some trapdoors and some stairs. And then we're just going to quickly outline this. So you want to place stairs going along like that. We're then going to place these trapdoors going up like this. We're going to place the stairs again, just going along the top like this. And then on this side here, if you want, you can just fill this in. So I'd recommend, we're going to fill this in later with furnaces, so just leave it for now. And then obviously if you get your flint and steel, then you can light the portal, and then we just got a great portal into the nether, and it sort of works quite well. It's a perfect space for it. So then what you want to do is you want to get some furnaces. So obviously you can mix it in with blast furnaces and other stuff like that, and you want to place them in these gaps here. So as you can see, we've now got a nice little area for some furnaces and stuff like that, and it looks pretty nice. Next, what you want to do is you want to get a bed. Obviously it doesn't really matter what kind, and just put it down here. So then it's sort of like a great area to sleep. Obviously you can't really get out very well, but it looks pretty nice. In these sort of corner bits here, what you want to do is you want to get your general sort of stuff that you might need. So I got crafting, oh, here we go, crafting table, a smithing table, an anvil, and a grindstone. Ooh. A grindstone, and all of these are just good because it means you can use them in sort of building if you do it like that. Then obviously you can use these for obviously crafting, for the netherite, for like unenchants, and for sort of renaming stuff and enchants as well, since we've got our enchanting table here. And that's a good sort of start there. What you then want to do is if you place some stairs over the windows like that, and then you can place a trapdoor going like that. We're then going to outline this area with the trapdoors, so it looks like that. And then you just want to repeat this pattern sort of on these other sides like this. So obviously this looks pretty good. You can fill in the rest of the walls with spruce if you want. I'm not going to because I quite like it. The last thing you want to do is just get some lanterns for light. So you want to place them in each of these sort of corner bits here. So if you place one here, here, and then the same bit is here and here, no, there. So in each of the corners you should have some light, and that will make the light level like high enough so that you can sort of oh no, and that should make the light level enough so that no mobs can spawn in here. And then if you just go down here, then you can place a light there. So as we can see, that's pretty much the end of the build. I personally really like it. I think it's probably a bit expensive at the moment, but I think once we're in 1.18 and like it's easier to get moss, you can just go underground and farm it. If I go into survival real quick, as you can see, it's like really fast to mine, so you should be able to collect enough of it pretty quickly. I'll show how many stacks of it you need. I did show how many like blocks in general you need earlier, but you should be sort of like okay in terms of resources, at least in the next update. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I like really enjoyed experimenting. This is sort of a style I wanted to try for a while. It sort of reminds me of something I saw like in my childhood, like a little treehouse thing, and I think it's just like a really nice little house, and it will work like fairly well for an easy sort of starter base if you want to do that in your Minecraft world. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to join my Discord if you have any questions, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. So bye.